係咪一定要贏？
認錯就輸一世㗎啦。
Hi, welcome to the Silver Spleen. My name is Dewey Cheatham, and this is my review of Breakup 100. Lawrence Cheng is a writer, producer, director, and actor. He's worked a lot with Barbara Wong in recent years, but I went to see Breakup 100 anyway, and I'm very glad that I did. Breakup 100 is the first film that Lawrence Cheng has directed in 20 years. But to be honest, I couldn't find anything rusty about the direction. In fact, it just made me feel bad that he hasn't been directing more movies. Breakup 100 is the story of a couple, played by Chrissie Chau and Ekin Cheng, who have broken up and reconciled 99 times. In the latest bid to make this relationship work, they open a coffee shop. They hire 4 waiters played by C. All-Star. I know how he feels, I wanted to hit him too. A frequent visitor is Priscilla, played by Ivana Wong. She has some relationship issues of her own, which I find kinda hard to believe, only because Ivana Wong is cuter than a box of puppies with a kitten on top. Oh, look at that punum. There are also a whole bunch of cameos, from Chin Carlock to Eric Kopman-Fai, to Lawrence Cheng and Miriam Young playing a pair of beat cops. Miriam's quips are priceless. Life at the coffee shop is always interesting. Chrissie is the mature one of the pair, and Ekin likes to dream and play. But he's introduced in the movie as a kidult, so it's not really a surprise. As you can imagine, this creates tension, not just at work, but at home. But as you may not imagine, the relationship and the portrayal of it are realistic, refreshing, and marvelously devoid of cringe-worthy nonsense. The story gets to you precisely because it's so lifelike. A lot of the credit for that goes to Lawrence Cheng, whose writing and direction keep things very real and very entertaining. The cinematography makes the film nice to look at and really adds to the storytelling. But for me, the biggest credit goes to the cast. The supporting cast is given more detail than usual, and it lets the actors really inhabit and flesh out their characters, and by extension the story. The leads really carry the film. Ekin Cheng is a little flat, but that's the way his character is supposed to be, so it works. Chrissie Chau really impressed me with this performance. She's becoming a really good actress. I first noticed it in Mr. and Mrs. Player, and it's even more in evidence here. I believed in her character and stopped seeing her as Chrissie Chau Uberlengmo. Well, most of the time anyway. I tell you what, I can understand why he needs to be restrained, but as long as we're in the neighborhood, she's too skinny. I know she has a rib cage, I don't need to see it. It was really refreshing to watch Chrissie Chau play her age, both visually and emotionally. She spends the vast majority of the film wearing very little makeup and very sensible clothes. It was nice to be able to focus on her acting and not have the movie constantly direct our attention to her chest. It was also nice to listen to a grown woman talk and act like a grown woman, because some movies seem to think that 28-year-old women act like teenagers. All too often, it seems like female characters in movies are behaving way below their age. Sometimes actresses seem to latch onto a certain age and resist giving it up. I'm not going to say any names because that would be impolite. But I really enjoyed and appreciated the maturity, rational attitude, and realism that Chrissie Chau brought to her character. It was almost as though she and Ekin had switched gender roles, at least in local cinema terms. The only problem I had with Breakup 100 was an unnecessary and frankly racist scene where a Chinese person in brownface played a South Asian. She spoke in Cantonese with a South Asian accent, and I found it completely tasteless. We all know you could have found an actual person to play that role. And we all know that Chinese people get their panties in a twist when they feel like the victims of cinematic racism. But that's really the only thing I disliked about Breakup 100. I smiled my way through virtually the entire rest of the film, and I had a lot of fun watching it, and in fact, I might go watch it again. Damn near everything about this movie is great, and I look forward to owning it on disc. This movie is in cinemas right now, so if you want to go see it, go. Otherwise, wait till it comes out on home video and buy a disc. Don't download it and don't watch it online, because that's stealing. If you enjoyed this review, please leave me a comment. If you didn't enjoy the review, leave me a comment. If you enjoy the channel, please subscribe so that you'll get all the new videos right away, if that means anything to you. Thank you for watching.